This is the stuff that you can't make up, right? The section that deals with due process in the United States Constitution. I showed the section. I read the section. The first half of the section, it talks about who is considered a citizen and who isn't considered a citizen, and it specifically uses what protections fall for citizens. And in the second half, it changes the wording and it no longer uses the term citizens, and it goes to people. And it states that all people are covered under the Constitution and are allowed due process. And I showed how it's not like the framers of the Constitution did not know what the word citizens are. They used it in other parts of the Constitution. How they used it in the first half of this specific clause. But they purposely switched the people. They showed us their thinking in their wording. Right? And this person comes in and says, I don't know, man, kind of feels like cherry picking on the wording. The fact they're in the same section kind of makes me believe that citizen and person are referring to the same thing. Just saying. Okay, but if they were referring to the same thing, they would have used the same wording. They were specific in the wording that they meant. And when we point out the very same thing when it comes to the Second Amendment, what are we told? The wording is clear, man. The wording is clear. Yeah, the wording is clear. It mentions a well-regulated militia. But you guys, not you guys, the people who we argue with about this, I'm assuming that you fall in this camp, argue with that because of a comma, the wording needs to be ignored. The wording needs to be interpreted differently. And then when it comes to this, where they specifically call out the difference between a citizen and everybody else, and they specifically call out that people, not just citizens, are covered by the due process clause, then it's, well, we're nitpicking on the words. We're focusing too much on the words, man. And I can show you entire clothing lines that begin with shall not be infringed. Right? But when it comes to this, now all of a sudden we're nitpicking on the words. You know, I tend to subscribe to the theory that the Constitution should be completely redone every 25 years. That the framers left it as a living document so that we could change it, we could reword it, we could make it fit the time that we're living in. And I am convinced that if the framers of the Constitution were to arrive in a time machine today and just sit back and witness for a few weeks how we exist as a society under this Constitution that they wrote, they would be fucking mortified. They would look around and go, you guys haven't changed anything? It's all the same shit we wrote? No, man, that's not how this shit's supposed to go. I am convinced that we are doing it wrong.